bottler. Suddenly, a tremendous thumping noise came from outside the cave entrance, and a voice like thunder shouted, Rent, is you there, Rent? I's hearing you jabbling. Who is you jabbling to, Rent? Look out, cried the BFG. It's the blood bottler. But before he had finished speaking, the stone was rolled aside and a 50-foot giant, more than twice as tall and wide as the BFG, came striding into the cave. He was naked except for a dirty little piece of cloth around his bottom. Sophie was on a tabletop. The enormous partly eaten cucumber was lying near her. She ducked behind it. The creature came clumping into the cave and stood, towering over the BFG. Who was he jabbling to in here just now? He boomed. I is jabbling to myself, the BFG answered. Pillful, Pillful fizz, shouted the blood bottler. Bugs wallop, he boomed. You is talking to a human being, that's what I is thinking. No, no, cried the BFG. Yes, yes, bombed the blood bottler. I is guessing you has snatched away a human being and brought it back to your bunghole as a pet. So now I is winkling it out and guzzling it as extra snacks before my supper. The poor BFG was very nervous. There's no one in here, he stammered. Why don't you leave me alone? The blood bottler pointed a finger as large as a tree trunk at the BFG. Renty little scumscreer, he shouted, piffling little swishfling finger, squimpy little bottlewort, prenty little pox whistler. I's now going to search the primroses. He grabbed the BFG by the arm. And you is going to help me do it. Us together is going to winkle out this tasteful little human being, he shouted. The BFG had intended to whisk Sophie off the table as soon as he got the chance and hide her behind his back, but now there was no hope of doing this. Sophie peered around the chewed off end of the enormous cucumber, watching the two giants as they moved away down the cave. The bottler was a gruesome sight. His skin was reddish pink. There was black hair sprouting on his chest and arms and on his stomach. The hair on his head was long and dark and tangled. His full face was round and squishy looking. The eyes were tiny black holes. The nose was small, but the mouth was huge. It spread right across the face, almost ear to ear, and it had lips that were like two gigantic purple frankfurters, lying one on top of the other. Craggy yellow teeth stuck out between the two purple frankfurter lips, and rivers of spit ran down over the chin. It was not in the least difficult to believe that this ghastly brute ate men, women, and children every night. The blood bottler, still holding the BFG by the arm, was examining the rows and rows of bottles. "You and your pebbling bottles," he shouted. "What is you putting in them?" "Nothing that would interest you," the BFG answered.